Hi friends, this video is on improving courts chapter 1. This is second video. My manifesto, Right to Recall Party manifesto, is on rahulmehta.com/301.htm. This video is the second part of 21st chapter. 21st chapter is about improving court. The first video is E2101. I repeat, E2101 tells what is wrong with the court, how bad our courts are, that Supreme Court judges are taking bribe and letting people who have raped 8-year-old girls walk away despite videotape evidence and everything. And it gives the solution. Right to recall judge, right to recall Supreme Court judge is explained in video E0701. Now comes jury system. What is jury system? India's intellectual hate jury system. Intellectual means professors in political science department, professors in law, they all hate jury system because their relatives are judges. Why do they hate jury system? Because their relatives are judges, and in jury system, power of judge decreases. What is jury system? That let us say there is a case between you and me. Then in judge system, the case will be decided by a judge. So suppose I am a career criminal and I have a gang of 30-40 people, criminals, and I am harassing hundreds of people in that area, hafta wasuli or whatever, and let us say there are 100-200 cases against me in 4-5 areas. All these 100 to all these 200 cases will go to 5 judges. So all I have to do is that take 2 relatives lawyer, 1 or 2 relative lawyers, put them on my panel, give them 1 lakh rupee, 5 lakh rupees per month, and all my criminals will get acquitted. How? The judge will simply throw date after date after date, and the victim and the witnesses will get frustrated. They will stop coming, and my criminal gang members will get acquitted. Now, why such thing cannot happen in US or countries which use jury system? That what is jury system? That suppose there is a case between me and you, then from the voter list 12 people will be chosen at random. This is the voter list of India, one particular constituency. So of course there is a procedure by which random selection is done. So 12 people are chosen at random, and those 12 people will decide whether I am guilty or not, and they will also have some say in what should be the punishment. So let us say there are 200 cases against me on my gang members. So there will be 2,400 jury members, and in the jury system I have proposed, more serious the case, higher the number of jurors. So I'll have to bribe, in order to get 100% acquittal, I'll have to bribe at least 1,200 of them, maybe more, and that is unmanageable task. In judge system I have to bribe only 5 people a year, and the judge's term is about 2 to 3 years. So I have to bribe only 5 or 10 5 persons every 2 years. In jury system, I'll have to bribe 2,400 to 5,000 persons every 2 years, which is far more difficult. And let us say I fail to bribe so many jurors. So out of 40, 10-15 members of my gang land in prison for 3 years, 5 years. So another 20 people will leave my gang. Within 3 to 6 months my gang will collapse. So that's why in all countries which have jury system, open and violent crimes do not happen. Let me put it, open and violent. For example, the drug is open, but it is not a violent crime. Buyer and seller both want to buy and sell. What is violent crime? Hafta wasuli is a violent crime because the person is threatened of violence. You won't find any hafta vasuli in US or countries which have jury system. And this is the principal reason that the countries which have jury system, they don't have judge lawyer nexus problem. So again I'll repeat, what is the fundamental difference between judge system and jury system? That take any society such as India or any country, we have divided India into district. Each district has roughly population about 20 lakh, 25 lakh, 15 to 25 lakh. Now every district is going to have 10, 15, 20 cases per day. A district of about 10 lakh in size, 20 lakh in size, every day there will be disputes, could be criminal, could be civil. The disputes will be, let us say there are 50 disputes per day. Then in judge system, all the 50 disputes will go to 5 or 10 judges. The district will be divided into tahsil. Let us say there are 3-4 disputes, new disputes per tahsil. All 3-4 disputes go to one specific judge, or 2 or 3 specific judges, like all civil disputes will go to this judge, all criminal will go to this judge, or family related will go to this judge. And the lawyers will establish nexus with those judges. Those judges will promote their relatives, lawyer, and there will be rampant nepotism and corruption. Whereas in jury system, for each dispute, 7 to 12 to 15 to 20 citizens are chosen at random, and those citizens are given only one case, and therefore there is no possibility of nexus. For example, if I have a criminal, I have 100 lawyers on my panel, but what is the chance that out of 12 people who are chosen at random will have one of the relatives as the lawyer on my panel? Chances are not even 1 in 100. You can calculate 1 in 1000, less than 1 in 1000. So what is the key differences between judge and jury system I have given in this table. I request you to download this page and look at section 21.7. That in judge system, small number of individual, let us say 20,000 to 30,000 to 100,000 individuals will decide all the 20-25 lakhs cases that are filed in a year, whereas in jury system each case will go to 12 to 15 different jurors. So in judge system, one judge will give about 5,000 to 50,000 judgments. If they are very petty cases, it will be 1 lakh cases in his 30-year career. If they are very material cases, large cases, it could be small. Whereas jurors change with each judgment, each case. Once a person comes in jury, he is not repeated for 5 to 10 years. So one person is giving judgment only in one case. So effectively in jury system, you are not replacing one judge by 12 citizens. You are replacing one judge by 60,000 to 6 lakh citizens. How? That let us say a particular judge is giving, let us say, 10,000 judgment in his whole career. Then that judge is replaced by 1,20,000 citizens chosen at random. So it may appear that, oh, what difference does it make whether citizens are giving? But question is that in jury system, there won't be any nexuses between lawyer and the judge, whereas in judge system, the nexus between the judge and the lawyer and nexus between the relative lawyer means somebody who is relative of a judge, and the judge is guaranteed. Now how nepotism works in the judge system, that the law says that if I am a judge, then I cannot have a close relative of mine practice in my court. I cannot have my son or my nephew or my niece or my uncle or my brother or my father or such a relative cannot practice in my court. So what judges do is that they do cross nepotism. What is cross nepotism? Say I am a judge, say you are a judge, so I will not allow my son to practice in my court. You will not allow your son to practice in your court. So fine, my son will practice in your court and make crores of rupees. Your son will practice in my court and make crores of rupees. Every 5th of the month we will sit down and do the settlement. That see, देखो मैंने तुम्हारे लड़के को इतना करोड़ रुपया कमा दिया, that I made sure that your son earned 2.5 crore. You have given my son earned only 2.25 crore in your court, 25 lakh balance, we will set it off next month. So like that, in each court complex, what happens that the 4-5 judges will form a cartel or a gang or cartel, whatever you call, and their lawyers will practice in each other court. So for example, I and you are just, so if cross nepotism is between two of us, then it becomes suspicious. It cannot be proven in any court unless you do narco test. But unless you do, as long as you don't do narco test, cross nepotism can never be proven unless somebody writes in piece of paper, which nobody will do. So what 3-4 judges will do is that A will practice in B's court, A's relative will practice in B's court, B's relative will practice in C's court, and C's relative will practice in A's court. So like that they form a chain, and thus relative lawyers make crores and crores of rupees. And how does it benefit the bad elite? Bad elite means frivolous rich, those who have become rich without merit, those who have become rich by government contracts, and those who have become rich by evading taxes or looting people, etc. That they will hire these relative lawyers, they will commit tens and tens and tens of crimes, all of them will go in one court, and they will hire the relative lawyer as their lawyer, and that lawyer will get acquittal at rank and file. So now again I have explained in this table in 21.7 that cross nepotism does not happen, is a routine in judge system, because Judge A will favor relatives of Judge B will favor relatives of Judge A. Whereas cross nepotism cannot happen in jury system, because say I am a jury member, you are a member in some other jury, there are 12 people in my group, 12 people in your group. How are we going to communicate? We are completely randomly chosen 12 citizens, we do not know each other. I do not know that you are in jury, you do not know that I am in jury. So communication between two team of 12 people is next to impossible. Second, in judge system, the trials become slow because one judge is loaded with cases, so he has excuses to postpone the cases. Even if there is a serious case like rape or murder or theft, large theft, and he can dispose the case in 2 or 3 months. But then also he will delay the cases, and he has excuse. How? See, there are 100 cases on my board. Whereas one jury is given only one case. So from 10 to 5, only one case goes on in the court. So the judgments in 99% jury cases come within 3 to 4 to 5 days. Even in India, when there was jury system in India, jury system was there between 1870 to 1956. Jawaharlal Ghazi, our first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Ghazi, killed the jury system. He and Supreme Court judges and rank and file of intellectual, they all hated jury system. Every intellectual in India, Kubuddhijeevi case, every means almost all, Kubuddhijeevi in India, such as professors in political science department, professors in sociology department, professors in economics department, then all these columnists, editors, journalists, then social activists, the people who own NGO, the activist leaders like Arvind Gandhi, Anna, Subramaniam Swamy, they all hate jury system because it favors the common man. So Jawaharlal Ghazi killed the jury system in 1956, and even so far jury system was in India for about 85 years. During the jury system, trial judgments in India used to come in at most 1 month. And 1 month used to look like, oh wow, it took so long. Because majority of the case judgment used to come in 15 to 20 days after the trial starts. Now, how do career criminals reduce in the jury system, and how career criminals prosper in just system? In just system, career criminals grow and grow and grow. Why? Because there is a one judge, he is going to give all the judgments. So all I have to do is that I am a career criminal in that area, I am committing tens and 50s of crime. So every year there are 100 cases against me and my gang member, all of them are going to 2 or 3 courts. So all I have to do is to hire 2-3 relative lawyers of the judge as my lawyer. And even in High Court, the same thing can do, that my cases, I can bribe the registrar and make sure, or bribe the chief judge and make sure that all my cases go to 1 or 2 High Court judges, and I'll take their relative lawyers as my lawyers. So, career criminals are very rampant in justice system. Career criminals are unheard in jury system, because if I am committing 200 crimes a year, then all the cases go to 12 different chosen citizens, so I have to bribe 2400 citizens, which is not possible. So this is how corruption reduces in justice system, nexuses reduce in justice system, and because of that, corruption in police also reduces. Because complaint of the police invariably goes to a judge, and if the judge takes prompt action, and in case jury system it will go to jury, and jury will take prompt action for one more reason. For example, let us say there is a career criminal. He has beaten somebody or extorted somebody or raped some poor girl, etc. Then the judge thinks in other way, that this guy, he is not going to hurt me. I am a judge. The criminal knows that I am a judge. He is not going to hurt my family member. So why should I bother about that poor girl or guy or whatever? Take the money and acquit him. Whereas in jury system, 12 citizens chosen at random are coming, so they do worry. What they think is that if this criminal goes free, then more such criminals will come in society. Today, tomorrow, one of them will hurt me or my relatives. So let me throw this guy in prison so that he learns a lesson, and by looking at him, other wannabe criminals, the people who want to be criminals, give up the idea of committing crime. So that's why in jury system, chances that a criminal escapes away are too less. Now I'll give you a global overview of all countries, brief overview. What are the countries which have jury system? Let us start from one corner of the map, world map. Canada has jury system. USA has jury system. USA has the most intrinsic, most elaborate jury system in the world. Latin American countries do not have jury system. Mexico does not have jury system, which is why crimes are very high in Mexico. People say political culture. It's a completely nonsense concept. Political culture is a fraud concept invented by all these political superstitionists. They call themselves political scientists. The subject of political science is actually political superstitions. The textbook should be renamed as political superstition. And the people who are consider themselves expert should be called as political superstitionist. Andhvishwas, Rajkiya Andhvishwas. They give all this nonsense of what is called as political culture. What they say is that crime in Mexico is high because of political culture. Well, culture is supposed to be continuous. I go from one place, I'll travel just 10 miles north. I land in Texas. Similar people, you will still see that most of them are still Hispanic, etc. In Mexico, 95% policemen are corrupt, atrocious. You go 10 miles north, 50 miles north, Texas, corruption is unheard, atrocity is unheard, the policemen are polite. If you have done any minor offense, of course they will arrest you or fine you, but they will talk like a sir, they will keep saying sir, sir, and forget about corruption. Try bribing them, they will immediately throw you in prison. Go in Mexico, if you don't bribe the cop, he will throw you in prison. So the culture theory is nonsense. And this was true even 100 years back. Mexico was founded in year 1850 or so. And within 10 years, corruption in Texas region disappeared. Texas was once part of Mexico. So within 10 years, police corruption, etc. disappeared in Texas, and it was rampant in Mexico. So where is this culture theory? It is a nonsense. So coming to the countries which have jury system, Canada has jury system, America has jury system, Mexico does not have jury system, most of the Latin American countries don't have jury system, UK has jury system, France has jury system, Spain and Portugal have very weak jury system, but still they have. France has jury system, Germany has jury system. It is weaker than US, of course. Then Italy has very weak jury system. Then Russia, out of 90 districts, about 10 districts have jury system. China has very, very weak jury system. They started very recently. Japan started jury system in 2009 because they got sick and fed up with corruption and excesses in judges. South Korea has jury system, weak jury system. Taiwan has jury system, very weak jury system. Taiwan does not have jury system. Hong Kong has very weak jury system, or at least it had. After China took over, I don't know. Then New Zealand has jury system, Australia has jury system, and these are the countries where you see that corruption in police is less, growth is high, liberty is there, and all the countries, like all the African countries, none of them have jury system. India does not have jury system, Pakistan does not have jury system. There are all countries which have just system has gone down the drain, with one, two small exception: Taiwan, Israel. Israel does not have jury system because that whole country is a military basically. The country is constantly at war, and they do have some corruption etc. problem, but given that they are constantly at war, their alertness level is high, and half the Jews live outside Israel and they keep sending money to Israel, and but they have ensured high transparency in the administration, and they have internal jury system at rank and file. Why they don't have jury system is that if they put jury system, then Palestinians will also come in jury, and there is a permanent civil war going on in Israel, so Israel cannot afford jury system. But otherwise, you look at all the countries which don't have jury system: Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, then Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, etc. All the countries have gone down the drain in one or another way. Now I'll give you brief historical overview of jury system. The jury system is mentioned in Indian text. But as we all know that large number of Indian text was stolen by Robert Clive, stolen or bought or whatever, by Robert Clive in year 1760, around year 1757, 1760. So lot of Indian history books, Indian manuscripts have been stolen. So we do not have detailed account of what exactly the procedure code etc. which was followed some 2500 years back. But jury system is very well explicitly mentioned in Greece. In Greece, there was right to recall our king. So different city-states such as Athens, if they want to expel the king, then all 60,000 citizens can assemble at one place and they can expel the king. This procedure was never used because it was never needed. Why it was never needed? Because it was there, and since it was there, no judge or no king dared to misbehave to a point that he needs to be expelled. Then question comes is that what if a king's a small officer does a crime? You cannot call city of 60,000 every time. And what if you leave it to king? If you leave it to king, then the king can just use his influence and suppress the independence of his officer, and that officer will end up becoming a slave of the king. So what they said is that if officer has done something wrong, 50 citizens will be chosen at random, and if 26 of them say that the officer is criminal, he will be expelled from the job and may be punished. If the officer is senior, then 100 citizens will be called. So there was jury of 50, there was jury of 100, jury of 200, 300, 400 and 500. And same way, if a person has to be punished, then jury will take the decision. The king's officer will only decide whether the case should be there or not, and citizens will decide whether the person should be punished or not, and Socrates. And similarly, if the person is a small person and the crime is small, then 50 people will be called and they will decide the punishment. And then if the person is bit large, wealthy or politically powerful etc., or the crime magnitude of crime is severe, then jury of 100, then jury of 200, 300, 400 and 500. For example, Socrates was considered as an influential person, not a wealthy but influential person, and crime was serious, and therefore jury of 500 Athenian was called, and that jury, out of that jury, about 350 said he should be executed and 150 said he should be imprisoned for life. And of course, before the trial as well as after the trial, Socrates was given option of leaving the Athens, that if you leave the Athens, we will not prosecute you at all, no charges. If you come back again, of course, you will be hanged. But if you leave the Athens, no punishment. But Socrates wanted fame, He was anyway 80 years old and was anyway not having good health and was going to die. So he said, let me have faith. He was basically a fame-hungry freak, just like Anna is a fame-hungry freak. So, or Duratma Gandhi was a fame-hungry freak. So, Socrates wanted fame, and therefore Socrates used to always praise oligarchy, and he opposed democracy. Socrates always opposed democracy and supported oligarchy. That also citizens tolerated, they never bothered. Then in order to weaken the military, Socrates said that God will not punish you if you do not join military. See, in Athens, there was no standing army. Every citizen was supposed to serve in the military. What if a person does not serve in the military? Then of course his wealth will be confiscated. But what if he sells the wealth, keeps the gold and runs away? Then once a person runs away, it is very difficult to go miles and miles and catch him. So in order to reduce the defection, Athens has invented a belief, whatever you call, that if you do not serve military and if you defect, then God will punish you in the hell. So this was a religious belief or a social belief that Athenians had cultivated in order to ensure that people do serve in the military. So what Socrates started telling is that there is no such God, this is a lie, people are lying, don't serve the military, nothing will happen to you, blah blah blah. Again people did not mind. Then what happened is that one of the students of Socrates named Kritas, he supported Sparta, and Spartan army, when it attacked Athens, several students of Socrates joined Spartan army. Because of that, Athens lost, and about 3,000 Athenians were killed by Spartan, and then Athenians rebelled, they expelled the Spartans, etc. So now in Greece this was a law as well as the tradition. Back then there was no formal separation between law, that if my brother does something criminal, I must criticize him, and if I do not criticize him, it is a crime. If my servant does something wrong, I must criticize him, I must expel him from the job. If I do not criticize him, it is a crime. And yes, there are, if I am a friend of someone and my friend does something wrong, then I must criticize, or at least I should disown. I should publicly tell everyone that this person is no longer my friend. Similarly if a person is student of someone and he does something criminal, then as per Athenian law or tradition, it was duty of the professor to publicly disown him, publicly criticizing him, because not publicly criticizing him was considered as an active support as per the Athenian tradition of that day. So when Kritas killed so many, he sided with Spartan, and he killed so many Athenians. Throughout this, Socrates did not criticize him. Even after that, Socrates did not criticize him. Socrates did not disown him. So this was taken as a silent support to a murderer and a dictator and a tyrant. And all these charges got together, and so it was not one person who said, okay, kill the Socrates. Out of population of about 60-70,000 Athenians, 500 were chosen at random, and these randomly chosen people said that Socrates is weakening the military, is weakening the democracy. He is promoting his students to join the foreign countries such as Sparta and create a tyranny in Athens. And therefore they told Socrates that if you leave Athens, there won't be any punishment. But Socrates was a fame-hungry freak, and he said, okay, if I die, I'll get more fame. And all throughout, Socrates used to say all these things because the oligarchs used to like him. You criticize the democracy, oligarch will like you. Like, look at Anna. Why does he say that मेरा वोटर चोर है? देखो, वो बोलता है ना मेरा नेता चोर है, लेकिन वो बाद में क्या बोलता है? मेरा वोटर चोर है. कि all voters except 50 lakh intellectuals and rich people and 1 crore intellectual, कि सारे के सारे वोटर है वो 100 रुपया दारू की बोतल और साड़ी धोती लेके वोट देते हैं. Did he ever say that journalists take money to write the news? कभी बोला उसने कि मेरा पत्रकार चोर है, बोला कभी मेरा न्यायाधीश चोर है, बोला कभी कि मेरा बुद्धिजीवी चोर है? All these journalists to write an article, they ask for 100 rupee, voter शायद 100 rupee मांगता होगा, they ask for 10,000, 50,000 rupees. Some journalists ask for lakhs of rupees. And forget one bottle of desi liquor. This journalist asked for 10, 15 bottle of whiskey and wine. And why this 100, 200 rupees sari? This journalist asked for gift of 5,000, 10,000 rupees. Every journalist is a bloody paid journalist. Every editor is a paid editor. Every columnist is a paid editor. लेकिन अन्ना के मुंह से आप कभी नहीं सुनोगे कि मेरा पत्रकार चोर है या तो मेरा मीडिया पेड मीडिया है. अरविंद गांधी भी वो वोटरों के बारे में हर उसके एवरी वीडियो टेप यू विल लिसन दैट वोटर वांट मनी, वोटर वांट लिकर, बट ही विल नेवर से दैट जर्नलिस्ट वांट मनी, जर्नलिस्ट वांट लिकर, columnist want money, columnist want liquor, editor want money. He will never say that. Socrates had the same kind of attitude that he will always criticize common man, he will always criticize democracy, and he will always support oligarchy, who could be much worse than common man. So the jury system, as I am saying, that this is an often reported case against jury system, that see, Socrates was such a good guy and jury executed him. He was highly pro-rich, pro-oligarch, which is why elite men paid all these textbook writer and said that put Socrates as father of philosophy. Nonsense, Socrates has not written any book. Give me what law Socrates proposed to reduce crime in the society. What laws did Socrates propose to reduce corruption in the society? What law Socrates proposed to reduce civil crimes or improve military in the society? Socrates has not written anything on how military can be improved, how administration can be run. He is father of nonsense and nothing else. So, the jury system was there in Greece, it was also there in Rome, but it became very weak because the Rome became much larger empire. But at selected places it was there, and in Rome the magistrates were elected. The judges in Rome were elected, which is why the Rome lasted so long. Then the jury system got washed away by 300 AD. It practically disappeared from almost all parts of world, which is why Europe became very weak. And you can see that Mongols defeated many European kingdom, Hun defeated many European kingdom, Tartar defeated many European kings, Arab defeated Europeans to the extent that Spain and Portugal were completely taken over by Arab. Parts of the Greece was taken over by Turk. Later on, parts of Hungary was taken over by Turk. And that's because of death of jury system, the Europe had become practically a weak country. Jury system restarted in UK in year 950 AD. Sorry. In year 950 AD, the king was forced to pass a law that if a policeman is involved in a crime, serious crime, beating, that a person has bleeded or become handicapped or died. If a policeman is involved in a serious violent crime, then 7 or 12 citizens will be chosen at random from the district. Common man. And they will listen to the policeman, hear his story, they will listen to the victim or relatives of the victim, witnesses. At the end, these 7 or 12 people will say one of the 3 words. Those 3 words are even today used in America's so-called coroner's jury. The 3 words, every juror has to say one of the 3 words: criminal, excusable, or justified. Justified means that I agree with this policeman, what he did was the right thing. Excusable means that what happened was a wrong, what happened was something unfortunate, but it is excusable. The policeman does not deserve any punishment. Criminal means that what policeman did was criminal, and informal tradition that started since that day is that if majority of them say criminal, then that policeman will be expelled. So, after a long time, after Roman Empire and after a long time, for the first time, after a long time, it became clear to the policeman that no matter how good contact you have with the district superintendent, no matter how good contacts you have with the judge, no matter how good contacts you have with the policeman, if you do something seriously wrong, then these 12 citizens chosen at random, they are going to decide your job. And if they expel you, then later prosecution will also impose punishment. This system became extremely popular. The discipline in police increased. 950 AD is the point where Britain's graph starts shooting up. Economy, technology, innovations, science, maths, growth of everything starts from 950 AD. This is the turning point in the world history. Arrival of so-called coroner's jury. Word coroner means crown. It is a misnomer. It is called as crown's jury, but there was no crown. Crown's officer would come and only pick 12 citizens at random. And finally it was the jury which will decide. And then it became so popular that in 1150 AD, around 1150 AD, the king was forced to issue another notification called as Magna Carta. And in Magna Carta, king said that no person in Britain will be punished without trial by peers, which was interpreted as trial by commons. That is, the government officer will only decide the charge, that this person should be thrown into prison for 6 months or he should be fined or so forth. 12 citizens will be chosen at random, and those 12 citizens will decide whether he should be imprisoned or not. So, starting that, again the technological progress and everything shoots up. Why technological growth is very important, why jury system is very important for technological growth, that let us say you or me or anybody are a very small artisan. Say we are making some instrument, we are making just a knife or any such instrument. We figure out a better way to make knife. Because of this, our knife are better, we are making more knife in a day, everybody is making 10 knife, I am making 25 knife or 25 such instruments. So immediately I will become prosperous because I am more productive now, my equipments are better, so I can get more price. So once I am prosperous, the local feudal lord will become jealous of me. He will think that, oh, this guy is becoming prosperous, one day he will overtake me. Now in past, across all over the world, the local feudal lord was also the judge, or sometimes priest was the judge, but in most cases the local feudal lord, jamindar, he used to be the judge. So he feels jealous of this guy, so immediately he will file false cases and he is the judge. He will throw that guy in the prison or force him to leave. But after jury system it ended. The jury system, he can only decide the charge. Now he has to call 12 citizens at random, so citizens will immediately see, well, this guy is productive guy, he is giving employment to so many people. And this feudal lord of nothing, useless guy, he is just jealous of this craftsman or artisan, therefore he is filing false cases, they will immediately acquit him. One thing, common man always respect good industrialist. Why? Because they know that this person is creating job, this person is giving employment, because of this person so many people are earning a living. And if this person is forced to live in an unjust way, that means new industrialists will not come in my town, and if he leaves, who will run the industry? So common man always have respect for people who are running genuine industry, and they will always protect it against the wrongful dictates of the officers. So as jury system came from UK, it came to France and Germany. Wherever the jury system went, progress in industry increased. Now jury system came in India in 1870. How it came in India in 1870? That in 1860 war, Queen Victoria came and she appointed a commission of, in charge was this Macaulay guy, Lord Macaulay. And one of the key questions she asked is that we were robbing all this feudal lord and all that. So they protested against us, fine. But why did common man protested? We never robbed common man. So what Macaulay said is that, yeah, official policy of East India Company was not to rob common man, But the officers at Patwari level, collector level, magistrate level, they were robbing common men left, right and center. And therefore common men revolted en masse. So see, okay, what is the solution? We want to rob the country but not rob common men in a way that they are pushed against the wall and they start rebelling. So of course Macaulay says that only way we know is jury system. So what Britishers did is that they introduced very weak jury system, that there was no jury system against crimes of government officer, because then government officer will not obey the order of the crown or the British. So they installed a very weak jury system in which all private crimes, like I have bitten someone or I have killed someone and I am not a political criminal, then that case will go to jury. All private small time crimes such as milawat, adulteration of food. Adulteration, why adulteration was low during British time? Because all adulteration cases were given to jury, and the jury will immediately throw the person in prison, that this guy is selling bad milk to one guy. Tomorrow, if he is allowed, he will sell bad milk to me, and then next trader will also start selling bad milk or adulterated milk. So food adulteration was petty law in British time because the trial were given to jury. Now what happens today in India, that the judges get very good quality food from industrialists. You go to any judge's home, you will find pure food. Why? Because the factory owner knows that this guy is a judge, I better not giving even 1 gram of adulterated food. So they all get free food from different manufacturers. जो दूध वाला है वो जज के लिए अलग दूध देगा, आपको अलग दूध देगा. कहीं भी जाओ आप, किसी भी गांव, रूरल एरिया में, अर्बन एरिया में, वहाँ पूरी दुनिया ही अलग होती है उनकी. And judges, when the case of adulteration comes, he says that why should I bother? I am not going to get adulterated food. Let the whole world take whatever adulterated food he gets. So he immediately takes the bribe and acquits the adulterer. And which is why adulteration of food is very rampant in India now. So the Britishers introduced jury system, because of which the British rule became reasonably, not popular, but reasonably acceptable to the common man. And so the rule continued from about 1870 to 1945 with relatively less revolt from common man. And then of course Second World War came, and Rashtrapita Subhash Chandra Bose, Mahatma Subhash Chandra Bose, Mahatma Bhagat Singh, etc., their efforts, and we got independence. Now Jawaharlal Ghazi, our first Prime Minister, killed jury system in India. Why he decided to kill jury system is that the jurors were giving judgment in favor of landless laborer and against landlord. There was a pressure on Jawaharlal Ghazi from the small Congress workers, matlab MLA level type people, and also grassroots worker, that there should be land reforms. So Jawaharlal Ghazi had to pass laws which promote land reforms. But at the back of this mind, that fellow was completely pro-landlord. He was highly anti-common, elitist and pro-landlord. So he did not want landlords to lose their land, but people would go to court. So then landlord will use criminals, and the jury will throw the criminals in prison. So what Jawaharlal Ghazi will decided is that if the jury system is killed, then landlords using criminals and by having nexuses with judges can suppress the landless from going to court to begin with. So if that guy goes to the court, then first of all the case will go to judge. The judge will throw date after date after date and postpone the case endlessly. So in 1956, Jawaharlal Ghazi issued a government resolution to cancel the jury system. Of course, it can be cancelled only after Supreme Court judge also signs it. And Supreme Court judges had their relative lawyers in lower court, and they saw that if the jury system is abolished, then income of judges will increase. See, in jury system, the judge does not make much money, because the lawyer sees that at the end of the day, it is the jury which is going to give verdict. So fine, I'll give you bread, but why should I give you butter and why should I give you cheese and all that? So, but in just system, the judge is giving deciding the bail, the judge is giving the judgment, so the lawyer will give whatever the judge asks. So the Supreme Court judges saw that if the jury system is cancelled, then the bribe income of their relative lawyers will increase. So Supreme Court judges also cancelled the jury system, supported this resolution of cancelling jury system in 1956. And intellectuals, their relatives were judges. You take any political science professor or any professor, economics professor like head of the department, etc., and go through the list of relatives, you will find that many of his relatives will be government, public prosecutor or judge or whatever. So they also decided to kill the judge. So that's why how judge system died in India. Now my third video, E2103, I'll give about details of what judge system we are proposing, and that would be the last video in this chapter. I'll describe how jury system can be brought in India and how it can function in India. Thank you.